Elf the movie has become a Christmas classic. Now the movie has become a musical.
The stars of the show, Will Blum and Lindsay Nicole Chambers, are here to talk about it. It's so great to have you both here.
Thanks.
It's great to be here.
So what is your approach, considering that this movie is so iconic and people loved it? Do you try to make it your own, or you try to keep the same flavor, or what's your approach?
Well, you have to try to make it your own a little bit, but they're also, I mean, the musical is set up so that there are almost all of the moments, all of your favorite moments from the, from the movie are in there. So we get to relive the greatest parts of the movie.
And the show is set up in a way where everything, interacts with music. So there's some differences here and there. So it's not, you almost can't do the same performance as Will Ferrell because of that. But what a great jumping off point, Will Ferrell. I mean, there are some lines that are in the movie that are still in the musical, and I looked at it, I said, well, you can't say that line better than this. There's no other option. You have to. He's a genius. He's a comedic genius. So, but mostly with him, I start with what he's given, which is so iconic, and then just build from there depending on what is appropriate for the show.
So what are some of the little differences that we may notice? So like right before we started talking, you were telling us off the air about the iPads.
About Santa's iPad,
We were admiring your use of iPads. And, the show is very up to date. Much like the movie is sort of a contemporary Christmas classic, and so it stays contemporary. Like Santa's big book of Christmas wishes is now all set on an iPad because
so much easier to carry around.
So there's little things like that. It's really, I think it's set up beautifully because there's so much talk in the movie about him singing, and the idea of singing is the best way to spread Christmas cheer. So I think it lends itself perfectly to become a musical. I remember even when I saw it when I was younger, I think I was a kid when it came out, I thought, why isn't this a movie musical? I mean, he loves singing so much. I wish he just burst into song.
We needed some flash mob moments in the movie. So you get that in the musical.
Has the play changed your perception of what Christmas means at all?
Well, I mean, it definitely makes it, brings it all home. It's sort of, it is a new classic. So it's all the, family and friends and falling in love and believing and all of those tried and true.
I haven't had this much Christmas spirit since I was a little kid, honestly. It's like, I was talking to my friend about it. It's like when you're a little kid, Christmas means so much, you know what I mean? And as you get older, you sort of lose sight of that magic, as you do when you get older with everything in life. But there's something about being surrounded by tinsel and Christmas lights and all these things that sort of bring it back and help you. And it snows in the show, and it's just beautiful. Like there's just so many times where I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is magical. It sort of brings me back to when I was a kid, sitting at the coffee table, just looking at the lights on the Christmas tree.
Bringing up childhood, Vlon and I both have kids. Is this a good show for kids?
Absolutely. As long as they can sit through, 2+ hours of a musical.
Is there an intermission?
Yes.
There is.
Okay.
Yes.
That always helps.
Yes. A bathroom break.
It's very family friendly. It's kind of like the movie. There's so many. It's so appropriate for children, and then there's certain jokes for the adults that
the kids
just
over
their heads, but that are very, very funny. For the entire family.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
We're excited about this.
Elf the Musical runs through Sunday at Duke Energy Center.